Welcome to this week's tutorial episode from Taff Rocks HQ. It's a bit chilly here today, so I really won't be long. In a change to our regular schedule, because we have Remembrance Sunday coming up soon, we thought we'd take this opportunity to help you create your own poppy rocks. Before we begin today, if you could click that subscribe button and hit that little notification bell, we'd really appreciate that. In this video today, I'm going to start by showing you how to create some simple poppies, and I'm going to do it on paper. That way then you can refer back to it at any time. I'll put some timestamp links in the description box below so you can go back or go forward. The choice is yours. Also, we have a special guest today who wishes to remain nameless. However, he is an avid supporter of Taff Rocks, as well as being a member, and I feel I should mention that he does have some disabilities, so this rock is extra special. He did it all by himself except for the lettering on the top, and I think he's done a fantastic job. Also, in this video you'll find very short tutorials for an impressionist style of poppy for your rocks. That way you can create loads, or if you find the drawing of, dare I say, the first poppy to be a little bit challenging, then you can just go and try those other ones and get an idea from them. But don't give up. That's the most important thing. Do not give up. So let's get right on with these projects. I hope you enjoy. My first task now is to show you how to do a poppy on a piece of paper. You might be able to see some lines on here, but they're not the best, so I'm going to go over them in a pen. The first thing you need to do, you do this in pencil for yourself. I'm using pens only so you can see them, is I'm using a penny. So the first thing you draw will be the last thing that you colour. This is just a guideline. When you're doing this on a rock, you'd be covering this. What I'm also going to do now is the poppy shape, but before I do that, I'm going to do an imaginary line, only you are going to see it, right through the middle of my poppy. Now I'm going to smudge all my paint here, so don't worry about it. Hopefully you guys will see this. If not, I'll just go over it again. Okay, so it's not the best because I've smudged everything, but I'm not worried because this is just an example for you. Now that we've got our imaginary line, we're going to start on that line and go up. You might find it easier to move your rock, because I certainly do. And then we're going to mirror this on the bottom. Okay, so far it's not the best, but let's not worry. What you would do now is you'd paint this in red. Now I'm not going to paint all of this in red, okay? When you're doing yours you can. So this will be red, this will also be red. If you, when you're painting, you accidentally go over the bit in the middle, don't worry about it, because this will be the last thing that we paint and it's going to be black. So we're going to use a figure 8 movement. We're going to start here and we're going to end here. Are we ready? So we'd go over the pencil line that we've made. This is when you're doing your outline. You can start either way. Once we are here, we are going to bring this around up to here and then keep on going until you get to the other side. Doesn't look much still at the minute. If you don't like the way that's gone, adjust it. I'm just going to leave it. Now, you've already painted it in your red, so that's completely fine. It doesn't matter that you've gone through the middle, because if you remember, I said we were going to paint it in black anyway. So all these lines that you see are going to disappear. Now, this really does not look like much because it's on a piece of paper, but don't stress about it for a moment. There is a school of thought that the poppy leaf needs to be out at 11 o'clock. Some people don't worry so much, but that's what I'm going to do. So here is my imaginary clock. So I know that 10 o'clock is going to be here, and I know 11 o'clock is going to be here. Trust me on this. Start with your pencil as your outline first. I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to just do from here a green line, and then a rounded end, and then we're going to come down in wavy lines and colour that in. Now, looks shocking. Actually, I don't like my leaf at all. I want it a bit bigger than that, so that's what I'll be doing. This looks absolutely awful, okay? However, when I transfer this to a rock, it's going to be great. So that's the first way of doing one. I'm going to prepare my piece of paper now for the second way. So again, same beginning. The first thing you prepare will be the last thing you paint. Here's my imaginary line. Now I'm going to go around in, this would be a pencil and a guideline. Okay, still not perfect. Colour this in your red and this in your red. This time the outline that you paint is going to be a different shape. So we're going to start here and finish here. Now at this point you've got two choices. You can either come round and have the top leaf over the bottom leaf, but I'm not going to do that because I like the bottom leaf over the top leaf. So this time I'm going to start here and finish here, and if I go through the middle, I'm not going to worry. So I'm going to bring it around, and there we have our second option. This has two separate lines, which you can see when you've drawn it. Still looks like the one. I think what I will try and do is go over that in a different colour so you can see it better. Okay, so one leaf, second leaf. Of course, if you want to do it the other way around, that's what it will look like. And then once again we come in with our black and we get rid of everything that's in the middle. Now, don't forget the leaf. Exactly the same process. Alright, so I'm now going to transfer everything that I've done here onto a rock. I've transferred the template over from the piece of paper to my rock. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet, because if you remember I started basically the same. So here's my penny, top petal, bottom petal, and my leaf at about 11 o'clock. What I'll be doing now is giving this a base coat of white, only because it'll help with the red. If I get any in the middle, then I'm not going to worry so much about it. I have my penny and I can go back over it because that's going black anyway. And I know you guys don't want to see me doing any undercoats. So I'll be right back with you as soon as this has had a few coats and it's nice and dry and ready to go. alternative style poppies, I'm just going to use 2 small little rocks, and they're going to be more of an impressionistic style poppy. They're going to look like a poppy, but when you look at them close up, they're not going to quite be a poppy. And I apologise in advance for my hands. All I'm going to use on these is red, black and yellow, and a scruffy brush. So this first one is going to be a circular one, and it is as simple as just dabbing them all on. I'll wait now for this red to dry a little, and then I'll do a black middle. This one, same method, but this one's going to be more of a V shape. So same at the top, and then come down to a point. Trust me on this. Alright, and now I'm going to wait for this one to dry. So now that the round one is dry, if you want to put a second coat on it, you can. I am just going to use a bit of black, and I'm not going to be so perfect about it. It's just going around this pretty much shape. And believe it or not, that's it. There you go. Now the V-shaped one, pretty much the same process, but we're not going to do it as bad or as big even. We are going to try and keep it kind of V-shaped but shallow. That's it. I'm just going to clean off my brush. I'm going to use this brush with some green, and I'm going to start at the bottom here and just flick it up, and then I'm going to do a stalk. I don't know if you can see that one. What I might do is I'm going to get some darker green actually and see if that'll work. I'm not going to wash my brush off. There we have it. 2 absolutely simple, very impressionistic style poppies. Nothing else is going to happen to this one. Of course, if you want to put a green stalk on this, you can. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And that's them done. I hope you enjoyed those. I'm just going to show each of them to you now. The first one I'm going to start with is the one from our special guest. This one is going to be gifted to the guys at the Windsor Barracks. The first poppy that we tried then is this one. Oops. This is a nice simple one, based on the poppies that you can buy. And then we have these other 2 poppies, very impressionist, sort of there but not there kind of thing. I think they're all quite amazing. I love them all. If you've enjoyed this week's tutorial, guys, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. If you would also like to support the Taff Rocks channel, we'd really appreciate it if you could. There's some links in the description box below. Before you leave today, don't forget to subscribe as well as that little notification bell. All that's left for me to say, guys, is keep on rocking, and ciao for now.